Existing data lake channel. We're continuing to work with Quantmod. Remember, our goal is to limit our use of the our use to okay. We're going to put this on top. So welcome again to the Precision Data Analytics channel this evening. We're continuing to work with Quantmod. Okay. The one thing I want to try to do tonight is I'm trying to work this with a variable, okay, so that I can come down there in this particular down here. Maybe I have to enclose. I don't know. Okay, so maybe that is there. All right. So the idea, this way I only have to change the ticker one spot. And that does seem to work, but maybe we have to come down here and do this. No, okay. So let's do this. So the idea is we only want to have to enter the variable name once, okay? I see what's happening. Your code ticker is being treated as a literal string instead of a variable name. When you pass the variable containing a symbol name to so we got that there. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. So let's try this. So, explanation, symbol, download data and assigns its object to a variable name, and assigns it to an object name after the ticker. Get ticker retrieves the objects dynamically using ticker quotes means you're passing a literal string. So what we want to do is let's go over here. So again, this will save us the trouble, if it works, of changing the variable name in all the other columns, okay, in all the other places. And it works. Very good. So let's come over here now. So again, this means we only have to change the let's change this to last 6 months maybe, okay? So this means we only have to change the ticker symbol at the top, okay? hopefully. All right, so right now, so that's the first thing. Of course, as always, my friends, don't be bashful there. Stop by the chat session and say hi, okay? All right, stop by the chat session and say hi. Oops. You know, this setup actually doesn't look too bad, does it? Does that make sense? All we should have to do now is change the ticker symbol at the top. Let's clear this out. So that says F. Let's run this. So that should be the symbol. Run this. Okay. Well, it's obviously returning something in it. Okay. Interesting. So this becomes there it is. Very nice. Once again, come down here. All right. You can put these on multi-lines, okay? Let's do that, just for the fun of it. So this, what does this tell? Well, this actually tells us, okay, that the plot's working as expected. Okay. So there's the stock symbol. Okay. And of course we can test it, okay, by changing the stock symbols, right? Make sure the data plot. Oh, so you know this must be a direct way to plot the data. Okay, interesting. You can see Ford had a bit of a crazy things going on here so we'll come up here. We want to say subset. Okay, let's do a subset. Last 6 months. Let's try this. Good. The last 6 months. Much better. let's try last 4 months. Now come, I know you guys are in the background here. I know you have questions and comments. Just drop by and let it rip, okay? Okay, so come over here. So it doesn't actually work here, interesting enough, but that's okay. But the symbol works, all right? So let's come back up here now. Let's clear out our plots, okay? Now let's change this to IBM. And the idea is we shouldn't have to change it any place else now, right? Plus, we notice we use an RM to clean out the data, right? Now it says IBM. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Box for each month, and how do you spell whiskers? H-I-S. Lowest. So oh, that's a classic way to build it. What? I thought I invented this. Let's go step by step in building a box plot. This is all good. Convert Quantmod object to a tidy data frame. Ooh, no. So this means so we do have to. Okay, so we have to leave our nice little Quantmod universe. Okay. So they're taking this and they're converting it to a fortified zone. Honestly, I don't know what a lot of these things are. And this is where it actually converts it to a data frame. Then it's doing a rename. Data equals index, close, paste, ticker, ... mutate, month floor, month label, month and year. Okay, good. Now it's going to print this. Now this works, but it makes it difficult to okay, so I'm actually going to put this all the way back up here, okay? So unfortunately, we're forced to let's only look since January, February, March, April, May, June. Let's only look since the start of the third quarter, okay? That's not right. So we got this down here. Okay, so what we should be able to do maybe is converts Quantmod XTS to an object data frame, mutate for date, month, groups dates, no. So we can come down here and do this. df all right, filter. And we should actually be able to pass this directly through, right? We should be able to pass this directly through. Okay? Good. So that works. But let's go back a little further, I guess. Okay, the trouble is October, September. Okay. Interesting. So they're using a factor. So, month keeps true chronological order, unique month label captures the label in order they appear, converting to a factor with each level. Well, that sounds like a wonderful idea, doesn't it? Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's start with the initial plot. Okay, good. Now all we want to do is, I'm going to come back up here again and say df filter okay. I'm going to say date greater than or equal to 2025-06-01. Then we want to pass that down to here. Now's our IBM since the beginning of the last quarter. Let's go back to January, February, March. To the 3rd. So you can see it's a little bit of craziness going on. Yeah, you know what I think? I think it'd be nice to have the okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Don't be bashful. Stop by the chat session and say hi. All right? Because here's, remember, this is the 21st. I think it's 20. One of these is 25, and one of these is this must be 25% quantile. This is 50. The difference is called the interquartile range. Okay, and the line here is the median. So we're going to add a marker for the average. And this will give us some idea of which way the data is moving, left or right, okay? But let's do this. Let's add a second column down here. Now there's one more plot I want to do, but instead I want to move on to doing basic forecasting. Specifically using profit, okay? All right, people, I know some of you are in the background, lurking around, okay, so let's come back over here. But the basic idea is this. You see the things, so the bottom the horizontal line is the median value, and this is the final flexible version. Let's get rid of this. Make sure we got the whole thing. We really don't want to have this collage here, but we're going to leave it there anyway. So let's do this. Let's say 25. And let's say, I don't know, 3. Go back January, February, March. Let's go back to the beginning of the second quarter, okay? So it looks like it starts down here then, doesn't it? So, okay, that's quite good. Let's see, okay. Well, this is what I promised. No, I know some of you people are out there, so don't try to be bashful of me, okay? Okay, I see 8 views. Why don't I see one concurrent? Why don't I see? Uh, why don't I see? Why don't I see 8 people in the chat session? On to the next stack. So we lay this out horizontally. Okay. What you would see is this one here. You would see a tail going off to the left, off to the right, probably. You would see the median value here. Okay. Right. Say here, and then the average value would be to the right of it. I'm thinking, and then it would tail off to the right. Okay. That's my thought. This is a smooth transition from descriptive visualization to predictive model. Let's summon a forecasting agent. We're fortunate to actually have a forecasting agent available to us. Okay. Facebook, the company formerly called Facebook. So, I know how to structure Quantmod data into the DS and Y. DS is the date. Y is the value itself. Fit the model, generate 30 forecasts, and plot the recent history. I will reason step by step to achieve the goal. Forecast Ford's closing price from China. So what we'll do is this. We'll start with the basic package here, okay? Blue line, actual historical closing price. Orange line, profit forecasted price. Shadow ribbon, 95% uncertainty rate. Okay. So, okay. When the profit plots forecast ribbon, shade area between Y is lower. By default, it means a 95% uncertainty interval. Under Profit's model assumptions, 95% of the simulated future outcomes fall within this range. Okay. It's not a frequentist probability statement about true future price, like there's a 95% chance that real price will fall within there. It's a Bayesian, Bayesian credible interval derived from the model's interior posterior thing. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. So you can think of it as this. Given that the model has learned and assuming similar pattern continues, Profit believes that the actual probability. Okay, how Profit builds a range. Profit fits a trend component, seasonal effects, and optional holidays regressors. Then it simulates many virtual future scenarios via Monte Carlo sampling. That's interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Median price, interesting. So the wider the ribbon, the less confidence that the model usually, okay, good. Change the interval level. No, that's okay. So anyway, let's come down here to the end now. Now, there's one more plot I'm interested in. But we may do that, we'll save that for another night. And that is, I want to have a plot where I plot the first and last value for each month as a line, as a point and line chart. One line for each month, the starting and ending price for each month. That way we can see if the price goes higher than lower than the actual value, than the actual value. Okay. So let's come back up here. Let's see how this looks. So we're going to start with just getting this working tonight, okay? All right. Interesting. Since we're only interested in forecasting, 12 months, get symbols. So we're getting a little over 12 months worth of data. Right? We're getting like 12 and a half months data, 18 months data, okay? So let's see what happens here. Oh, excellent. Okay. This is exactly what we're looking for. But I don't like that. Let's how do we set the column width? So we're using straight line plots. So let's do this. Okay, good. So now let's change we're missing the legend, aren't we? So, the actual range is this here. This is the forecast range starting from the end of the month. But that's exactly what we're looking for, right? It's exactly what we're looking for. What's this over here? But I want to change the let's say let's make it blue. No, it's blue. Green. I'm looking for a color that's going to show up well on the screen. So the obvious question, if we start our forecast here, what would it do? Let's see, forecast start. Let's do something a little crazy. Let's start our forecast on the 24th. Okay. So let's see what it's going to do with this big jump in price. So this didn't actually affect it. Okay. Let's try one more time here. Let's just get rid of this. That's just... Now this needs to be cleaned up a little bit so we're not calling the library, we're not calling the data twice. So, let's look at this again. Series forecast historical interval. Okay, good. And you know what? Let's just leave it right there for now, okay? We'll pick up here maybe tomorrow night. There's one more plot, like I say, I want to add, and that is what? That is I'm going to call it an interval plot. We want to plot a point in the line for the starting price and the ending price for each month tomorrow night, okay? And